Now, one of Canada's most decorated Olympians made her way to the border city. Moses joining me on the desk, and this is the reason why you weren't here yesterday.
Well, you know, Clara Hughes, definitely a big advocate for mental health and has done a fantastic job, which I support, by the way. Of course, she's done a fantastic job on the world stage, battling through a lot of injuries, as most athletes do, and she's obviously one of the best that Canada has had to offer. But her greatest battle is much more than physical.
Mrs. Clara Hughes!
A hero's welcome for a former Olympian.
We're on day 82, 7,750 kilometers in, over 190 school visits and community visits. But it's wherever we go when people show up and people just care so much. It makes the physical side of it seem pretty easy.
Hughes was in town for Clara's Big Ride, an initiative that has her on a 12,000-kilometer journey across the country to talk about a subject that she even brushed off.
I went through so many injuries as an athlete. I mean, I've cut my face open. I've had bursitis chronically in my ankle. I broke my back. And you know, as athletes, you don't really talk about those things. You don't talk about the struggle. You just get better and you come back stronger. So with the depression I went through, I was just like, well, it's kind of like an injury, and who wants to hear about that?
The issues surrounding mental health go beyond Clara's own personal struggles.
My sister struggles with bipolar disorder, and my dad struggled with addiction his whole life. So, you know, I'm not the only one.
Clara's battle with depression came 2 years later after her success at the 1996 Summer Olympics, providing a different perspective.
It's not something that anybody, because they're good at something, because they're successful, they're immune to it. It's something that affects every single person, and it affects everybody in a different way. They don't think it's a sickness. They think it's just something that someone can get over or ride their bike and feel better about. And for some people that works, for most people it's much more complex than that. I'm someone who's gone through depression. I'm not immune to it returning. So it's something where I have to keep myself in check and make sure that my energy levels stay up. I'm exhausted, yes, but I also know the difference between exhaustion and going into that dark place.
A message that is getting across at the Libby Young Center.
We have way more people coming, more inquiries, more interest, more people coming out, if you will, to access the resources that we provide. Through public awareness such as this event,
we need to talk about it because so many people feel like it's a taboo subject, that they're going to be judged, they're going to be shamed if somebody finds out that they're struggling, that they're sick. And that is so wrong. It's so fundamentally wrong.
Clara is scheduled to end the tour in Ottawa on Canada Day. Her ride has been a grueling one, providing good days and bad, a metaphor for struggles with mental illness. And for every time Clara pedals, Clara's Big Ride becomes Canada's Big Ride.
All right, busy night in the NSRBL last night. 4 games on the tap. Lloydminster Twins playing back-to-back tilts, facing off against the Unity Cardinals. Now, don't adjust your screens, as yes, they're almost wearing identical jerseys. We'll simplify it for you. Bottom half of the third, bases juice, Kevin Payne will line one to the outfield. That brings in 2 runs. Twinkies up to zip. Next batter, runners on the corners. Suicide squeeze by Dirk Treptow. It cashes in another run, 3-0. Now 4th inning, Cardinals get on the board. Mark Rolston with a blooper to center field. Owen Hill will stretch out but just comes up short. Scott Greenwald will come home to make it a 3-1 ball game. The Cardinals looking to pull within 1. The quick play by Travis Cush throws at home, and the runner is DOA. The Twins would make it 5-1 after 6, and that would be your final. The Twins win their 4th straight to start the season.
Took us a little while to get firing on all cylinders, but once we got going, we started manufacturing some runs, get him into scoring position, and then just had clutch hits.
In other ball action, the Border City Blue Jays just keep on rolling. They win their 4th straight as well, 5-2 over the winless North Battleford Beavers. Meanwhile, the Macklin Lakers getting their first win of the season with a 6-2 win over Wilkie. And in the Battle of the Sox, Meadow Lake proved to be too much for Edam. They take it 9-2. So tonight, there's only one game in the NSRBL. Legion Ballpark is the place we want to go to, 6:30. The surprising Midwest Expos looking to take top spot in the league when they face North Battleford. Again, 6:30 at Legion Ballpark. The Lloydminster Twins have found their stride. A perfect 4-0 on the year. A far cry from the team's potential leave of absence from the upcoming season. Matt Schumont has more.
Playing some of their best baseball to start the year, allowing just 7 runs in 2 games while averaging 6. The Twins have gone contribution from 1 through 9 in the batting lineup while playing solid defense at the same time.
And everyone's gelling greatly. We're having a real good time, and then everything is just fitting into place. And guys have stepped right into the roles, and everyone's been contributing. It's not just a couple of guys. Basically everyone's made some major contribution so far.
Couldn't be happier with this team right now. A couple of older veterans, and Troy and Kevin and myself are out trying to do what we can do, and then got some 2-3 year guys that have been on the team, and then those 5 or 6 rookies that we have, they're sweet ball players.
Now this start may not have happened considering the Twins were on the verge of taking a leave of absence when not having enough players committing. But with the help of their rookies, the 5-time defending NSRBL champs look as if they never missed a beat.
It takes a big commitment, especially to be a winning team, but to make those 6:30 league games and have your 9 to 13 guys you'd like to at least have at your ball games, and now everything just worked out, and we're looking forward to a good year and keep out and coming out and doing what we've got to do to win some ball games.
Just 2 weeks into the 2014 season, the Twins feel with the team they have right now that they are capable of a six-peat.
Not really looking at this season any different than any other year. We've had lots of years in the past where we had a kind of a switch over of different, like half the lineup changing or whatever, and so we don't look at this any differently. And we got a lot of good young ball players stepping in, some nice young pitchers, so we're pretty happy with where we're sitting right now.
Matt Schumont, Newcap Sports.
And the Stanley Cup playoffs kick off tonight with the final, and with a new round comes the sports department picks. Nerman Issa has more on who will bring, or who we think will bring, hockey's holy grail.
So the Stanley Cup Finals, the matchups have been set. We have Hollywood versus Broadway. Now, taking a look at the last round, it was a terrible round for me, but we'll get started. Moses leading the way with 14 points. He picked the Rangers, the only one he got correct. Matt is in second with 10 points. He was the only one to take the Kings. And like I said, I got 0 in this round. I'm sitting at 9 points. And Kyle was the only one to guess the Rangers in 6 correctly. He's fourth with 8 points. So I think in this matchup, the proper choice would probably say take the Kings, but it'd be nice to be able to see New York, who haven't won it in 20 years, be able to take it. But I think I'm going to go with the Kings in 7. Basically, what's going to happen is the Kings are going to lag in the beginning, and then they'll complete the comeback and do it in 7.
Well, once again, we're back to the Cup Finals, second time in 3 years, and it's going to be the exact same story with the LA Kings winning in 6 games. This guy right here behind me is going to be huge. The guys down the middle are going to be fantastic. Moses is going to be crying in the sports corner for about a week because we're going to slaughter them. Kings in 6.
Well, it's nice to see 2013, 2014 Newcap Stanley Cup playoff prediction champion. I think it says it all. Fortunately, this year's edition was a bit of a rout. Last year was a lot closer. I'd like to thank my, competitors for at least trying. But if you want to at least see a series that actually has some interest, Rangers and Kings should be a great one. Don't underestimate New York by any stretch. And I'm a sucker for the underdog. I'm going to go take the New York Rangers in 7 games, and I'm going to enjoy this championship. Mwah. All right, meanwhile, Kyle Gallagher is going with the Kings in 7 games. And from their picks to the king of the castle, 2-time champion, just saying, that's all the time we have in sports.